grinding so hard on top of school for the past like how many years now, and I've shown that I can beat these players already. Like, if I get into Summit, I'm not gonna place last. I'm gonna do extremely well. My 3 older brothers have been my mentors in Melee, but I say the biggest one is Foxy Grandpa because he still plays Melee. He's still insanely good at Melee. Like I said, he's basically my coach too. And yeah, obviously, who knows you better than your brother, right? My goals are to make it into Summit.
Wait, what the fuck? You're in first? Wait, what?
Wait, what? What?
Where did your AD?
Yo, what the
Wait,
fuck?
I didn't know you had that kind of.
Oh my god!
Aklo, bro, Yingling's gonna get
Someone has to have last minute something.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh my god, Yingling 4, 3.
No way.
2.
I think you did it.
Oh shit.
Dude, no way. Congratulations, Aklo.
Holy
I'm so fucking happy for you right now.
I want to show that that's not just an online thing, so hopefully I'll be able to go to a major, top 8 it, and show people that it's not just an online thing. What I've been working on most recently is watching my opponent more and trying to see new situations, and it's such a hard thing to do. How can you see something that you don't know exists yet? You don't know about what situation you're looking for, so it's really difficult to improve, and I think that's why people have trouble improving in general. They don't know what they should be doing. My biggest strength is that I play to not get hit instead of playing to land a hit. The vast majority of players will be like, how do I hit my opponent? And whereas I see the game as, how do I not get hit by my opponent? Isaiah always says, don't get hit, and everyone thinks that's so cool. Sounds like mysterious and majestical. Then I do that, I apply that, and I'm just like, wow, I hate Aklo. For people who don't appreciate the way I play, like, try doing that. It's not easy to play evasive and then not corner yourself and get gamed. It's difficult to do.
KoDoRiN is one player that I have a lot of respect for. We've sort of had a rivalry throughout the netplay era. What's up?
All right, congratulations on your win against KoDoRiN. Now this is a guy you've never played before, ever, right?
Yeah, not at all. We played like 3 times every Tuesday. It started off where he was just getting back into it and I was winning all of our sets. I didn't really think much of it. But then he's just been getting better, better, and better. And he started beating me, and then we started going back and forth. And now we're sort of at a point where he's surpassed me so much that I feel like he's just like the hardest player to beat at this tournament.
Yeah, that's GG, brother. Damn, and KoDoRiN, he's today's winner.
Beating him is a huge accomplishment as a Sheik. He's arguably, right up there with Zane in terms of like expertise in this matchup. He's taken down Plup. He's bloodied me as many times. I can't really recall any other Sheiks he's lost to. He is sort of the landmark win in terms of Marth Sheik, and he's one player I really want to overcome.
Let's say of the known Luigis, I'm definitely the worst at mashing the Cyclone. The worst by far. By far, I can barely cover Luigi. At my very best, I can like go up a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, I probably need to play more Mario Party. I don't know. What I consider the most underappreciated aspect, probably my recovery, I would say. Luigi has a very bad recovery. So I try very hard to live a lot with Luigi. I survive a lot. And I don't know if people notice my biggest strength is my neutral game in general. Like every time I get a hit, I try to kill my opponent with at the beginning of the combo if I can. That's is one of my strengths. But in general, I would say, yeah, my neutral game, in reading my opponent and what they're trying to do, and what are they trying to do to me.
So I think there are less than 5 melee players who aren't awful at this game. So Master is great because he can feed off of people's inexperience with the matchup of Luigi. And so he's a really great counter pick for a lot of people. Chango's amazing because he can destroy most floaties. He's so good versus the floaties. And if any crew has a Peach, Puff, Pikachu, Ices, I feel fantastic putting in Chango. I love having Elliot on the crew. He's super excited, super enthusiastic all the time. And he definitely wants to earn his spot on the crew, which I think makes him play harder. And Daki's amazing because he's the best player on the crew.
That's so perfect. I love every single one of those.
Offline tournaments, I'm really excited to interact with fans in person. There's like, you interact in this digital space of like, oh, Twitch chat or Twitter replies or something like that. And I don't really feel like you get an actual sense of community. My biggest mentor is a tricky one, because I think that over the years I've had a bunch of different mentors, but at this point, I think I would have to say Drug Fox. I've been taking Drug Fox lessons 4 times a month for, I think, 2 years now. What I've been working on recently is tech skill consistency. Some of the things that I think Mango is better at than I am isn't necessarily conceptual things. I think some of the ideas that I have are maybe slightly more optimal, maybe my combo routes are a little bit better or whatever, but that guy does not mess up tech skill.
I had to quit law school, and then I was like, I'm depressed. I need to do something. And I was like, Melee seems like a great thing to do. And then I went to SoCal, beat like all of SoCal in a regional, and I got second to Zach after resetting him. And this is when I was like top 40, not even close to like where I am now. And then I just kept doing better and better. I won like a New York regional. Right before I went to SoCal, I won that New York regional. That was my first regional that I won. When offline events come back, I can't wait to 1, be next to the person I'm competing with. 2, it's an underrated aspect that I think nobody really remembers. But when you're like waiting there and you're waiting to go on stage to play, and there's like an ad break, you're kind of just there, you're on the stage, blah blah blah. When you're on an online tournament and they make you wait 20 minutes and you're just sitting there with nothing to do, it sucks. I hate it. My anxiety goes out of control. I'm just sitting there waiting for the stupid thing to start. I don't know when they're gonna press start. I want to see them press start because I want to know that I'm about to play. I have no idea. It's just like versus, and I'm like, oh, time to play. I can't wait to just be back in a normal environment where it's like, yeah, they're right there. They press start. You know it's going to start. You know, you do your hand warmers. You have to see the select screen. It's like just a flow. You can get into it. You can time it. You're like, okay, I'm ready. My biggest mentor was definitely Armada. He's helped me by far the most because I started playing Melee and I picked up Fox. I just wanted to hit people hard because I saw his Fox. Apex 2015 was the first tournament I watched. And I know I wanted to play Fox. I saw his Fox. I was like, he hits people really hard. I want to hit people really hard. This is dope. And then I kind of got to know him over the years, and he's been super helpful. Like, he was my coach for Summit 9. He's actually helping me again at Summit 11. For this year, it's weird because, right, there's only going to be half a year, so there's not like a ranking I can shoot for. Definitely went in Super Major over Zane and Mango. That's priority number 1. And be good enough that I genuinely can be a favorite just to win Smash World Tour.
My most difficult plateau was beating someone that I've always lost to in tournament. My example here is Duck. I may have not been at his level, but I should not have been losing to him so many times. At that stage, it was kind of a mental block. I needed to gain confidence somehow out of thin air to beat him, and a lot of that, I needed to do a lot of analysis. I had to play him in a lot of friendlies. I had to start respecting Samus as a character. I had to put in a lot of work to beat someone I've lost to a lot. You know, these plateaus keep showing up. Like, having that experience of overcoming one of those plateaus has been really beneficial to like beating those problem players. My biggest strength is my punish game. Mango said it, Lucky said it. I have a better punish game than Armada against Space Animals. The perception of me is that I am an Armada copycat. They always say Kalamazhu is always following in Armada's footsteps. I think in a sense it's true. In another sense, I think I have been going on my own journey, implementing my own things. Since then, I've improved my game drastically.
Offline tournaments. I've actually already attended one. This one SoCal local that occurred a week ago. It was called The New Norm, hosted by Gooms. SCJ was supposed to be there, but the biggest mentor, I think I already mentioned it, was when I stumbled across a Smashboards thread where I just saw one of the gods of the game just give out free advice. It sounds like a cop-out to say this, but like obviously Zane, like he's like the best player in the world. And the crazy part is that like he could still do so much better. Like I analyze him from time to time, and it's like, yeah, I think Zane could have like pushed this further. I think he could have done that better. And he's already the best player in the world.
I think it's just like everyone has a story, you know. And Melee is kind of this act of creation and destruction in that like people's storylines kind of drop off sometimes. And every bracket run you do in this game, you are fighting with the dreams of every single person you fight in that run. You are directly an obstacle in the stories of other people. It's a battle of wills at its finest. So I really appreciate about it. But there's a quote that I love. It's my favorite quote. I was thinking about doing a video essay on it. It's for every moment of beauty, every moment of triumph, 1,000 souls must be trampled. I think if you give me the opportunity to go to Smash Summit, I will be #1 in the world within a couple years.
Dude, he just does it!
Crazy. Oh man.
To all the top players in the world, your practice routines are not enough. I will catch up with you. I will beat you, and you are going to feel bad about it. But when I do it 5 times in a row, you're going to have to adapt and become a better player. And when you do that, when you become that better player and you are able to beat me again, I want to hear thank you. My goal is to win Smash Summit. I grind all the time with top players. I've gotten a lot better than I was before I left, and before I left I was top 20. I think I have a real chance at winning the whole event. I've been grinding like so many hours every single day in secret to win this thing.
Oh! Ooh!
Biggest misconception I've heard about myself is probably that I'm a good player to beat. I got better because probably just because I kept playing and I didn't retire. It's also the reason why I got worse results, because I didn't retire. You know, the longer you play, the better you get. Also, the worse results you get. You just got to keep playing. My most difficult plateau was probably realizing that I needed a better punish game. I couldn't just get away with hitting people 19 times a stock, and nowadays you have to just actually hit people pretty hard. With offline tournaments, I'm most excited for, I guess, the crowds. There's no other feeling like having an entire crowd cheer for you when you're playing well in tournament. And offline tournaments, I can't wait for that to come back, you know? What I've been working on recently is probably just mentality on top of the combo game, edge guarding and all that stuff that every other player works on. You can never stop working on mentality. The aspect of my game that's underappreciated is probably, I would say, just my ability to get out of like scrappy situations. Biggest strength is easily the fact that I'm the most unnatural fox when it comes to like neutral decisions. My goals are to just play as close to possible as I can to a certain like floor, right? I guess I should say ceiling, but I would rather say floor. Like I want to just raise my floor in terms of how good I am, since I know that my ceiling is so high.
My most difficult plateau would be beating forward and Ty when I was improving. They were the ones that would always beat me in the local tournaments, and it was very frustrating, man. It happened for about 7-8 months, and so eventually, you know, I ended up beating them consistently. When I was improving, I moved to Phoenix for 2 years, and I was playing Axe all the time. I was playing Axe, I was playing forward, Ty, Taj. So I was hungry just to get better, and I was so hungry that I was willing to, you know, play everyone. Nobody else at that time showed the promise or the motivation to get better, you know, because I mean, to get better is just, you got to sit down and play them for hours and hours on end, and you know, you get your ass kicked, and that's just how it is. For a lot of people, that can be soul crushing, but for me, you know, I loved it, hearing them tell me what I could do better, and that's just how it was. I was just hungry.
My most difficult plateau was definitely dealing with Samus as a character in terms of viability. One time, Frycook said something like, "How much longer do you think you can use Sheik as a bandage until you realize that you should just stick to Samus?" And even looking back, I'm glad I made that decision instead of sticking it out with Sheik, because I don't know if I ever saw myself dropping Samus, so I probably would be some weird Sheik Samus dual main, and I don't know how that would have turned out, to be honest.
I did not have any top 100 wins for like the first 6 years of me playing. There were unranked players in my state that had top 100 wins before me, and I was number 1. It was Vortex at Super Smash Con 2019. When I got my first top 100 win, I popped off so hard I ran out of the venue and ran half a mile.
Beach was a Sheik player that was around 7th on our local PR, and I could not for the life of me beat him. It was probably 50, 60 sets before I was finally able to take one. But once I overcame that, not only was I able to beat Beach, but I immediately started improving very rapidly. So I felt like after that moment, something had definitely just clicked with me.
What are you most excited for with the return of offline tournaments?
I'm definitely most excited for just like playing Melee in competition with a bunch of people there, whether it's like me playing on the stage on stream with a huge crowd, or even just playing with like someone else playing their tournament set next to me, getting to compete with other people there. Online just cannot do that.
The biggest plus for offline Melee is that it just naturally elevates the stakes. You know, instead of just being in the comfort of your own home, you just travel for hours, you're paying for this tournament. You're committing multiple hours of your time. You know for sure that this is going to count for some kind of rankings.
I'm most excited for going to a major. I've literally never been to a major, and I hear it's the most fun thing. And I think I could even like maybe place top 8 at one. And I don't know, it just sounds so fun.
I think there's so many good players now, but the ones that are the greatest are the ones that really hold their composure and have a great mentality for tournament. So to be a great player, you have to really, really be on lock with your mentality. Otherwise, you're just a good player.
To be a great player, I think that you need to have perseverance. I think even if you're an O2er, as long as you're willing to push past defeat and continue trying to improve, I think that you're a great player. Having perseverance and dedication in the face of adversity is a great attribute.
Punish game is like way more important than anything else in the game. If you can kill someone off of like 2 openings as opposed to 16, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. You can be a good player, but to be a great player, you need to like mentally be resilient to like, you know, not get tilted in bracket, keep up your momentum, like close out sets versus good players, and you also get that consistency from having a good mental game. So I think, yeah, with those, you could be a great player.
If your ego could speak now without any limitations, what would it say?
Wait, can we cuss? When I was coming up, right, when I was improving, I would tell everyone that they fucking suck. I would actually say that to people.
Smash. This time does seal it. Yeah, walks forward, met at a little bit of a different position. That was so scary, that undershot grab there. Still scary. Doesn't get the reverse on the get him. Oh! In what? What a read! You teched right? I teched right 100 times.
And, but I didn't say it to be a dick or anything, right? It's just, I said it because I feel like people weren't hungry back then. I thought just by me saying, hey, you guys fucking suck, that everybody would improve, you know? And I still think that. I think that about a lot of top players. Like, I'm not gonna say any names, I just think a lot of people suck.
After that, I think he was trying to tech. Yeah, he teched and then I think just did the... What the hell, Meds? How is that real? Oh my god, are you kidding me?
To all the top players in the world, your practice routines are not enough. I will reaction tech chase you. I will beat you. You are going to feel bad about it. You're going to think it's cheesy. But when I do it 5 times in a row, you're going to have to adapt and become a better player.
The soft hit of the up air.
What?
He gets the slide off.
Dude,
he does it! That's it. Crazy.
Oh, man. And when you do that, when you become that better player and you are able to beat me again, I want to hear thank you.
What aspect of your game do you think is most underappreciated or unnoticed?
I think people don't give me enough credit for my neutral game and my use of creative ways to win neutral.
Aspect of my game that's underappreciated is straight up, I just think I'm like insane.
I think that people talk about me as like, oh, he's just movement heavy. You know, he's kind of lame. You know, he just jumps and spams aerials. I think that that's too one-dimensional.
I think there's like a difference between trying to be sick and you're just fucking sick because you're sick. I have a lot of respect for the opponents who are able to find counterplay when I'm playing that way. I think when I'm playing really well, I don't make it easy. Right dash dance, like next to someone's shield, I'm not doing it because no Samus does it. I'm doing it because that's actually like how I play the game.
With offline tournaments coming back, genuinely, my favorite part of Melee is popping off for the boys. There's the Pittsburgh thing where we just yell really loud when people are playing. Very excited for that, alright? Very excited for like some round one pools match and for just a crowd of people gathering around the setup and just screaming for no reason. That's very exciting. The aspect of my game that's kind of underappreciated, I'm not sure that the community at large understands my gameplay well enough because I am a peach to properly appreciate or not appreciate parts of my gameplay. That being said, I'm a big fan of my platform game. You can shield drop FC Nair down smash if somebody hits your shield badly, and I am the only peach doing that right now. Probably the biggest thing that I'm working on that I'm excited about is trying to figure out what peach can do off of reaction tech chasing. I think that that's a pretty underexplored aspect of Peach, that Peach can get a lot better by doing that.
With offline tournaments, I'm definitely most excited for just like playing Melee in competition with a bunch of people there, whether it's like me playing on the stage on stream with a huge crowd, or even just playing with like someone else playing their tournament set next to me. My biggest mentor in Melee was absolutely Shabo. I mean, he's just like always been there for me to talk about Melee with, to play Melee, do analysis with. Anytime I have any ideas or questions, I'll talk to Shabo. I've been focusing very heavily on edgeguarding Marth, and I feel like I've improved so much at it. I've been playing a bunch of different Marths, and it's very cool. I'm very happy with my progress on that because these Marths are recovering in such different ways, and then I'm still edgeguarding